The reason this is like the intro for this is because I'm sitting here trying to make this commentary for you guys of the best spot to land and like my rotation um, for like looting up and stuff and getting mats. But every time I have messed up and like done things I shouldn't have because I'm not thinking correctly and not making the smartest choices. Anyways, I really do hope you enjoy the video, and I hope that you learn that this could be your possible landing spot for arenas and cups. So, anyways, peace out, dudes.
Internet personas we hide behind. We all got demons deep.
Yo, what's going on, dudes? Okay, so back again. Alright, this time I'm gonna show you my favorite spot, or the best spot that I think is to land for arenas. And there's just so many things. Like if you say you get contested, like then you don't always have to go to the house. Well, anyways, before I continue talking, it's right here. It's like legit. It's like west, like sort of northwest-ish of Holly Hills. By the way, this is my first like actual game on today. I've been like doing a bunch of recording videos and making thumbnails and stuff, but and practicing too. Yeah. This is it's right here, so it's like not quite northwest of Holly Hills. You're right. I don't think anybody's landing here with me though. It doesn't look like it. Okay, so and I will like explain a few things. Okay, so the reason I decided to drop right here, first of all, like, and land outside here was because, like, if somebody did contest me and they went to the house, right? So say they went and landed at the house. One, I have an option to land here if there's a gun. Two, I have an option to land over here if there's a weapon, but obviously there is not. I also have to keep in mind that this is a real game and I'm trying to do this commentating in this match, and I'm not. Oh, dude, why did I light that? Okay. Anyways, so if you don't, if there's not a gun over there or a gun over there, you want to go right here because there's a chest always in this doghouse. There's 100% spawn. That is so lucky, dude. Yeah, that is lucky. Actually, I'm gonna wait. So, anyways, if you want to land outside the house if you can, and I'll get to another spot you can land in just a second, like if there's too many people and then somebody lands here or in the hedges over there, I'll show you where you can land if that happens, and I'll explain a few other things as we go along. But whenever you come inside the house, I wouldn't waste any time. Like I would just like get the chest. So first of all, when you come in the house, if you come in the front door, right, you go up the stairs and you come back here, and there's a chest on this bed in this room, right? So that's the first chest spot in the house. Okay, that's in the house. But I would focus on getting all the chests before you start to mat up a lot, like to get your mats. And then there's a chest down here in this, like right here, this area. So hold up. Then you can go in the garage. There's usually some things in the garage. There's usually a an ammo box right there. And then anyways, there's this room up here as well that I skipped because I went straight for the chest, because that's what you should do. And if you have circle, then you should just like stay put around this area because it's just the best. And there's bushes, so you don't have to waste your mats as well. So once you loot this house and you kind of get all your mats, like you don't need to get every freaking thing out of this house. Like, and I'm gonna go ahead and drink this just because I want shield. If you have a big pot and you haven't found any minis before you leave the house to go looking for other stuff, I would drink the big pot first. Okay, so behind the house back here, there's this rock. So there's a rock that's back here, and you could land back here too, but I do not advise that. Like if you're contested up there at the house, I do not advise landing here because somebody can easily just trap you and you don't have anywhere to go. So after you get, okay, I do not want that. I'm gonna go back inside the house and get the band-aids real quick. So after you get that chest, I would come back up here. Make sure nobody is freaking make sure nobody's here just hiding in the house somewhere, because that's happened to me before, and yeah, that was not fun. So once you do that, and keep in mind there's always a fireplace right here and you can always relight it. So if you go over here, and this is what I usually do, I make a round to get some brick before I go over to the next chest location. So I come right here, I get this brick, and then you have to keep in mind there's a bush right there. So you can, if you got circle, you can hide in this bush and you don't have to waste any of your mats. So like, and I don't like recommend always hiding in a bush, because like, oh look. I would recommend, like, when you get into fights, like, and you lose, always look at what you did wrong. And what I did wrong there was, I could have like healed up, and he could have healed up too, right? But it, like, I didn't even have as much health, especially after he hit me that first time, because like I started to replace the floor, right? So I replaced the floor, and then he took a shot at me because he was just aiming there, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have got like on the side and carefully done it and waited until he was like drinking his shields again, because that was like, you know, not smart of me to, especially not even be ready to replace his floor. So what happened was, like, in my mind, I went up top, right, and I destroyed that floor, and I thought he was back one. So I thought I was going to have to replace the floor and then jump down in there, but he ended up being right there waiting for me. And then once he shot me, I still didn't heal up, and I went and I made the edit, and yeah, he one pumped me. Whenever you mess up, like, don't blame it on the other guy, because like that was completely my fault. Sometimes there are things that are like out of your control, like if you get rocketed right to the face or sniped, that's like not your fault. But like, yeah, I wouldn't ever like blame things on other people, because then it just like makes you angry, and then you can't play straight. Okay, so the last like 2 games have been fails. I think just one person, but there's a second. Yeah, see, there's a second person down there. Okay, so what I do, I'm gonna just switch it up for a second. So what I do if this happens is I go down here to this little building, and this is what my next rotation was gonna be, was this building right here. And sometimes it has floor loot, like this great floor loot that I just got, this blue tack, and then it also has a chest. I don't know, it's not always gonna have the best floor loot, I promise you. It just so happens that this time I got a tack. And what I do is if I land here and there's 2 people up there, I usually make my way around down here. This is the 3rd game that I have played, and so screwed up. I'm not gonna lie, it is so hard to try and commentate and play at the same time. Like, I'm not making excuses, but like, oh my gosh. So what I was trying to explain to you there is, if 2 people land up there, then I land down at that little shack. And that was in that first game that I played, that before I had hit that guy for 138 and then like played stupid after that. That was gonna be my next rotation point, because that's the next chest location, is that little shack down there. What I was going to do last round, before he noticed me, was I was going to land down here in this shack, right? And then I was gonna make my way over, because there's so many people like contesting this spot right now. But I think it's because people are realizing it's just a good spot. See, I realized that I saw that those 2 people diverted, right? But I had the option to pick the fight with the banana skin that landed in there, or I have the option to go over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna pick this fight, because I realized that those 2 people diverted their direction, right? So they did not come here. So now I'm gonna pick up all the weapons, that way he doesn't have the option to come get attacked if he somehow came over here, right? I'm gonna ignore the chest. Oh, there he is. Okay, I'm not even gonna, alright. He didn't even put on shield and he had shield. Okay. Yeah. No comment. Okay, so, I'm gonna try this one more time. Very hard to play this game, like, especially arenas, while trying to make a commentary for you guys. How do I explain this? Okay, so, like, this whole time I've been trying to record this. Like, I've just been trying to explain to you guys how, like, how this is the best spot to lane for arenas and for cups. But it's kind of been going the opposite way that I wanted it to. Hold up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, bro. That's what you don't do when you land there. I've lost so many points trying to make this commentary right now. Oh my gosh.
Bada, bada.